Good evening, everyone. I know we had a fantastic day, and what a way to celebrate Silver Jubilee year. A round of applause to each one of you for sitting in this August hall from the morning till now. Sir, my kind request to each and every panelist to be brief because everyone will get proper timing. So I think the panel doesn't need any introduction. Naredco has gone through 24 years journey, which we all know. I think there is no one better than V. Suresh sir to explain the way, because he is the only living legend of Naredco who has seen from the day one Naredco how it is progressed, and even today the sir is associated with Naredco. Sir, just one or two, three questions what I will put it so you can answer in short. First one, are you happy with the progress? What was the vision that when this Naredco was formed? And tell about the way it was formed and how it was formed and the vision what was there.
Okay. First question, very happy. The way in which Naredco as a body, after having been born in 1998, has worked over the years. I had the unique pleasure of right from the beginning and also being the national president for the crucial time period when we started also spreading out from a national body to had the pleasure of having the Raj Redco. I am happy Ashok Patni is there. And also Narni Rangarao to deal with the AP Redco. He's one of the senior most person. UP Redco along with the Elder Coast team there. We could do only three at that during that period. But it has been specifically identified as a forum to deal with a healthy development of real estate development in this country. A differentiated from other bodies of real estate development. There are real estate developers body available only with real estate developers there. Naredco is a unique body based on a unique American model of realtors one, wherein you have not only the real estate developers on one side and also the government on the other side, financial institutions on the other side, technology providers on the other side. So it's a very representative stakeholder body. That is where National Real Estate Developer Council could emerge as a differentiator from the other bodies which are only builders. So therefore, you are able to get the good inputs from all concerned over there, and they have been able to develop on over a period of time. And therefore, I am very happy that it has grown. When I was there, when we were there in the beginning with Ramakrishna Sahab, G.V. Ramakrishna, the Sebika chief, he was the first president of the one. I was number 2 there. I took over from him. And we could, at the time, have a membership of less than 100. If I'm not mistaken, around 80 or something like that by the time my term came over there. Today, you are 10,000 in number. So, first of all, congratulate yourself for the large stakeholder membership. And I'm sure subsequently, after our term over there, and we are very happy that we have Sunilji sitting on my right. By the time he came, I think it was 5,000 or something like that. I'm sure he'll give the figure. So that means steadily the growth of the membership has been coming. And you told today 13 states are covered there. We could cover only 3. But I think this is an area where I'm sure will catch up in the next few years. All the states will have their chapters also coming over there. Are you happy with the overall one? Large number of initiatives done by the Naredco to give inputs to the government at the large. And take my word, with the Honorable Minister being the chief patron and Honorable Secretary to the Government of India also being under the leadership of that, your voice is heard representing the real estate developers with a lot of respect. And I know large number of one where Niranjan ji has been called, you have been called for discussion the last few years time period on large number of issues, more so after this government has brought in all these new projects of housing for all, projects over agenda, and various other development agenda, and also on the fiscal incentive and other related issues, what problems are there faced by the real estate developers, you have been able to put in a very cogent manner. That's why I was telling that with the wonderful meeting that you had on RERA, which is again, you played a very important role there, whatever good points that has come in the discussion here with nature of amendments for improvement in RERA Act for an actual cutting edge level, I think Naredco should immediately take it up with the government to see that they come into all. Short reply, covering all the three questions. I'm not going beyond that.
Thank you, sir. That shows the people at the helm of it, they also know to be in the time and whatever less commitment and whatever is the short and sweet answer. Niranjan sir, you are the one who looks up legend in our real estate industry. Each and everyone, I think from last 4 decades, at least if I'm not exaggerating, of course from last 3 decades, each and everyone looks up to you. From the time you created Hiranandani at Powai, the way everyone has a dream to become like Niranjan Hiranandani. If I am not wrong, how many youngsters? Yeah. I think still somebody didn't understood my question, otherwise every hand should have been up. Yeah. Sir, you are the one who merged MCHI when there were earlier associations were there. You were the one of the key person in starting Naredco when Ram Jetmalani sir was there. A round of applause because Urban Land Ceiling Act was there, which was really troublesome in Maharashtra. Niranjan sir was the one who taken a lion's role in repealing it. Sir, you are at IMC also, SHM also. I would like you to point out about other associations, because what happens, we keep on talking here in Naredco, hum hamare hi gun ga rahe, lekin if you compare all, because you are at the helm of all, so how do you feel we have rated? I would like you to rate Naredco, because the people who are sitting here, they are past and future person is also coming there, who is also sitting here. So your views on this, sir?
Thank you, Rajan. When you say that you're there for 30 years, I feel old about it. And seeing all these young people over here, I've been very, very fortunate because the interaction with people who have made a difference in this country, I've seen many of them make the breathtaking. The problem is slightly different. The country is at an X position in an X year, maybe 25 years ago. And then you look at 15 years ago, you look at 5 years ago, and you look at it today. The major point was that when it was 30 years ago, people looked down upon the people who were in real estate. So the first thing that has come back is that हमने इज्जत पाई है. What RERA has also brought about in the last few period is the fact that when you have full disclosures, that is the second thing which has really made a difference, which is there. The changes which have taken place in the last 30 years is thanks to various institutions which have actually played a great role in convincing the government that we do it. So both have a role. The government has a role, the individual developers have a role, and the associations have a role. Different associations at different points of time have taken leadership in different ways. I was working in FICCI, and we worked on the issues of national housing policy, and I had an opportunity as a chairperson doing it over there. So different associations at different points of time have been able to achieve different goals to do it. Naredco owes a bigger responsibility to the country. Why do I say that Naredco has a bigger responsibility? It's simple. It's because it is the joint venture of the Government of India. We have 5 joint secretaries as members of our General Council. We have had access to the Prime Minister for the purposes of the PMAY scheme. We worked with Ram Jetmalani to scrap Urban Land Ceiling Act. We are able to bring down interest rates, which at once upon a time, 30 years ago, was 16.5% of HDFC loan for the purposes of buying homes, to 6.5% which has taken place. It is not one person or one association or one leader who can do this. If you want roti, kapda, makan, the makan part of it to be absolutely fulfilled, Naredco plays a very important role. And we owe a responsibility. There is a जवाबदारी एक हमारे एक शोल्डर के ऊपर एक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी रही है क्योंकि हम जॉइंट वेंचर ऑफ गवर्नमेंट एंड ऑफ द प्राइवेट सेक्टर. The private sector also has a huge responsibility in seeing that they keep up ethical values in order to deliver what goods we are doing within the timeline. Forget the regulation. Regulations are there. But people do murder also even though there is a provision for hanging people. So people still commit murders. So it is the ethical values of individual developers which will be important. There's a duty on the government to see that in the next 5 years, we get housing for all in the true sense of the word. We eliminate the entire slums of Mumbai city, which occupies half the population of Mumbai. We can do it. And there's no shortage of money, which was a problem in the yesteryear. Today, with FDI, with monies and funds being available, we have invested 3 lakh crores of rupees in urban infrastructure in Mumbai. 70% of them has been invested by JICA at 0.1%. So money is not a shortage. So as forget the other association, Naredco has a prime responsibility along with the government of India, the state governments, to provide, to see that in the next 5 years, before I go upstairs, that we will give really housing for all in order to complete it. And that is something which I would like Hari Babu, the entire team, and of course all the government representatives who are sitting over here and not sitting here also, to actually target for it. If we can land on the moon, why can't we provide housing on earth? बाद में तो moon पर जाओ ना, पहले घर तो यहाँ सबको दे दो. So my job is to see that as leader in 35 years in this line, 40 years in the line, feeling older now. So in being 40 years in the line, I do owe a responsibility that we really must achieve the target. And I will plead with the Prime Minister and all of you, private sector, government sector and others and Naredco to achieve this objective. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. But you should live for 100 years, sir. We all pray and live healthy. What is important is live healthy. Yeah.
Why do you want me to live so long? That means you can't finish affordable housing in 5 years. 5 years में पूरा करो फिर मैं जिंदा रहूंगा. नहीं तो मैं ऊपर जाने को तैयार हूँ.
So this is Hari Babu for you. Nahi, not nahi. Are he told the commitment. Yeah. See, I think majority of the people know because in the videos also we are told who are our past presidents. So I don't want to once again repeat. But of course, that G.V. Ramakrishna and Somdat sir, both sir are not amongst us. Otherwise, Rohtash Goyal, Naveen Raja and Parvin Jain, all of them were to come here. Parvin Jain just got a little bit health issue yesterday only. So he came all the way to the airport and from airport he went back. So straightway I will come to Sunil Mantri sir. I will be little blunt and more frank as my nature. It was said that Naredco, it was only limited to NCR. The way we Suresh sir told, there are only three states were there. I think you are the first one to break that circle and get into it. First of all, I think a round of applause should be given to Naveen Raja sir because he was the one who brought it outside this NCR or whatever that North lobby. So sir, we want to know your version because you are there as Vice President and you had a key role in bringing RERA because I remember you led the delegation to Dubai when Arun Mishra was the secretary and Girija Vyas was our housing minister. Over to you, sir.
Let me compliment Naredco for completing this 25 year. I think when you see association growing, I think you feel very happy and proud also. I just want to share one moment which has slightly changed my mind about Naredco. This was happened in Singapore at Marina Bay Sands Hotel. I think some of you must have attended. And it was announced that Naredco is going to merge with Credai. I don't know, some of you may be present at that time. I slightly felt bad. I say, this organization has a potential. They have Minister Urban Development as their convener, permanent convener or chairperson. Various secretaries are there, and this association should not get merged with another body. I always feel that if you have multiple association, for example, just to give an example, there is ASSOCHAM, there is FICCI, there is CIA, and there are many, IMC, Indian Merchant Chamber. I was happy to associate with Niranjan Bhai. And you can't say that all four need to be merged into one single entity. This is not a company, because each association's role is equally important to achieve the housing objective. So I slightly felt bad. Prior to that, 1 or 2 meetings I have attended of Naredco, but I was not much aware. Then next trip, during my visit to Delhi, I met association people, and I say, sir, we need to do something on this. I think it was told in that convention hall in Singapore that Naredco had 54 members. I still remember. I don't know, some of you might have been attended. And I think that has initiated something different in my mind. And I say the role of this association is very important. Unfortunately, it has got neglected. And we worked out. I became, that time only 3 positions were there in Naredco: president, vice president, and treasurer. So I happened to become first vice president, tenure of the 2 year. Then I became chairman, president of Naredco for 2 years, and then chairman of Naredco for 2 years. I could get 6-year tenure in Naredco. During 6 years of tenure, we completely revamped Naredco. Thanks to my all friends, colleague, Rajan, Niranjan Bhai, and many friends who actively participated and who gave me free hand to bring Naredco to this level. I think I'm happy to share today maybe around approximately 10,000 members across India Naredco is having, and many issues Naredco has taken up very, very well. Just to give 1 or 2 examples, the RERA Act was getting implemented, and there was a lot of fight happening between the developers' bodies, various bodies, I don't want to name, and Venkaiah that time. So we could work out a very model win-win formula. Of course, Maharashtra, we were under preparation. So Maharashtra, a lot of provision we could brought it while drafting the central RERA. We had a great convention in the Vigyan Bhavan where Honorable President Pranav Mukherjee attended. And we had one beautiful trip along with our housing minister, Girja Vyas, thanks to Rajasthan Association, Patniji and all his colleagues, wherein Secretary and Madam Girja Vyas was with us for 2 days. We had complete detailed study, including Chatterjee Sahab. We visited to Dubai RERA office that time. That time we made a special visit to that office. So I feel role of each and every association is important, because each one has a different expertise and different views should come. And we are very happy that the organization has grown to a very big level, and lot of things, particularly interaction, could happen. And many issues, a simple letter given by Naredco was well respected by RBI, the ministry, and many other people. So this association has a beautiful advantages, and we must encash it. Couple of things left incompleted, because when RERA was introduced, I think you had a just RERA discussion. I was with a firm belief that other provision has to be scrapped. Consumer Act and other criminal, civil, RERA should be the single body. Unfortunately, that has not come in the implementation of the Act, and the development part in the RERA is missing. Because major challenges we are facing with the development authority, not with the consumer. Consumers are our friend. But authorities you can't do. For example, getting OC, it is very difficult. One more thing I think we could not achieve during the course of the Pranav Mukherjee, we tried level best. I have suggested them, like a chartered accountant certifies the balance sheet, you allow the architects to certify the building plans and allow them to give the building completion. As most of the developer must be facing lot of difficulties with the municipal corporations, local authorities, and I'm not going in various issues. Unfortunately, we could not achieve that. Now Hari Babu is coming, and if we can take this lead, these 2-3 agenda, if we can focus. One more important thing which is also missing, we could not achieve in spite of follow-up with the Law and Judiciary Ministry, pending cases. I think in a country today, more than 5 crore cases are pending, which is very bad. Somebody mentioned about indexation. I think in the cases matter, we are going in the worst indexation. And legal fraternity has become extremely expensive. So we need to work it out some formula wherein the matter doesn't go to court. Amicably it is resolved with the level of the housing secretary or with the RERA or with the other authorities. Multiple litigation, we should try to avoid it so that these few things which we could not complete, I hope Hari Babu, his team, and will try to take these agenda on a top task, because even the government is keen to resolve these issues which are causing the biggest hurdle in the real estate sector. I think with this, many things we achieved, many things are yet to be achieved. I am hopeful that the new team will take up. Thanks.
Friends, only one point to learn from that. From a problem, Sunil Mantri saw an opportunity. It's a round of applause for him. And I strongly believe that more number of association, more opportunity for leadership, and when the people are there, automatically you get more ideas and more thought leadership. I think Suresh sir wants to say something.
Yeah, taking forward, I got to place on record the wonderful initiative that's being done with the Naredco Mahi, and ma'am's wonderful articulation really brought the great potential that's coming. And gender association in a large way. I was asking Niranjan Saab whether on a governing council do we have women gender representation. If it's not there, we should bring at least a few of them into that. It will also bring in a good complexion on that. Your next generation initiative is a fantastic initiative. The Yuva, and that's an important thing coming all over the world, not only with established people of seniority or whatever, young ones to come. Even the Bureau of Indian Standards, where I'm associated very actively, in addition to principal member and alternate member, they're going to have young generation of professionals to be brought in as a third member to be brought in. That means they are ready to do that to groom the next particular line. I just thought these two are important aspects. I just thought one more area to tell is, because I've taken over as I've been associated with the National Building Code from the first version of 1970, 83, 2005 and 2016. Of course, Niranjan Saab is already a member on the main committee now. NBC 2025 is coming now, very shortly. Less than about 1 year from now, document will be there. Saab is already on the guiding committee. Naredco is given representation by the Bureau of Indian Standard. Now that you president and the new president is sitting over there, I want you to avail the opportunity. See the best possible people who can participate in those various panels, so that they'll be able to contribute all the issues on related to planning, design, as well as on the housing side. Housing chapter is going to be expanded in a big way, as well as the housing for the poor and the marginalized. The slum problem of 40%, that's going to get a special provision coming in that particular area, including land-related issues. Transitory and development are coming. Therefore, I want you to send good representative Naredco from your own team, not only from your headquarters. Your chapters have got good people there. It'll be good. The last point I thought I'd shared is the whole climate change agenda. The built environment is being looked upon in a very large way. Fortunately, thanks to your initiative last year, you already have an MOU signed with the Indian Green Building Council, and Vijay made a good presentation in his session, last one, of the green building movement catching up, and all developers should also avail of that in a big way in terms of the benefits that's coming. and the type of incentives brought in by out of the 29 states, 20 states have already brought in incentives for going green of additional FAR or FSI to be made available in a large way. And also reductions in Rajasthan is even high, as is 5, 10 and 15. Also Haryana. Of course, Maharashtra is only 3, 5 and 7% extra for going green. You should avail of that. And somebody was telling not only in the completion of building but later, Kerala has come with the latest one of reduction in the stamp duty for registration. Number 2, property tax reduction of 20% if you are green. So I just thought these are all very positive things now that the body of the developers under Naredco are there. Please avail of going green, going in the environment-friendly way, and we are talking in terms of net zero and decarbonization effort. Contribution by the builders are going to be powerful, and large number of builders in this group, I'm aware, are already embracing that in a very large way in getting their projects with this certification. I just thought I'll leave that also as an additional message. Thank you.
Yes. Niranjan sir, before going to Haribabu, because he's going to talk about the future, but the way sir told, climate change, of course, it's a big issue. Our Prime Minister has told net zero by 2070, but the way you are telling within 5 years, you want to see the affordable housing. So there are many young generation people are here who has come into real estate. So I would like you to address them, what they should do, what we people haven't done it, where they can achieve what we haven't achieved. You have a vision, but unless and until you give them direction, I don't think it would be easier for them. When they are going from here, they should take some mantra from you. Am I right? Yeah.
The mantra is very simple. The Prime Minister will do his job. The secretaries and government will do his job. The local authorities will do their job, and we have to do our job. Naredco has it to do its job. The individual developers have to do their job. For instance, in our projects in Thane and Powai, we recycle 4 million liters of water every single day as recycled for the last 25 years, before it became popular. We've planted 3 lakh trees, and every year we take 10 to 20 acres of government land and add and afforest them 5,000 each. Everybody doesn't need to do everything like that. So I think individual people, developers can first focus on their building, see to it, as Mr. Suresh correctly put, make them into green buildings, make them net positive in terms of energy utilization, see that everything is there, and do your duty at your level. Your children have to be actually educated. Let them plant 1 tree at least every year, somewhere or the other, even if it's a small plant, and teach them. So I think what we need to do is to educate the people how we are going to achieve that. Naredco has a platform for the purposes of educating the developers and also advise the city government as to how it can be done. So for example, the greening of the city, the peripheral areas that we need to do, water that we need to do, water recycling that we need to do, how to look at energy utilization and do that. I think there is a possibility of doing it. On the macro level, in terms of housing, I think we all do it, again, a duty to do it. The Prime Minister has done it. The Housing for All policy is doing it. The PMAY scheme is doing it. Local authorities have increased the FSI for the purposes of creating more housing and other aspects of it. But we as developers also must do it. The other day I had a small interview and somebody asked me a question. And the question was, sir, how is it that India can afford quality of buildings? Because quality comes at a cost. So hum kharcha nahi kar sakte because it is there. And I said, you can't afford bad quality. Can you afford a bad quality building or a building that leaks or a building which collapses in 20, 30 years rather than something which will live for 100 years or whatever it is? So quality is affordable, bad quality is not affordable. In fact, people who make bad quality, I said in that interview, should be hanged. If you have bad roads, can you imagine you're constantly in trouble? We have potholes in Mumbai and other places in the country. If you had done all good roads and do it, and the same contractors who are working in Mumbai work in Dubai and there's not a single pothole in a single road, even if it's asphalt road or a concrete road. So bad quality is not possible. Bad quality is essential. So we as a association and people need to see that not only leave it to the Prime Minister at his role or the government to read his role, we as developers also need to have their own responsibility of doing it. And if each one of us have this responsibility, and we at Naredco educate these people, and maybe Mahi can take up a bigger role in terms of education and other actors, which we can do, and the next gen also learn this. I think it's a fantastic thing that we can possibly do. It could be one of the objectives which Hari Babu can take it to the next level. Thank you.
If I can give one suggestion on quality, Singapore is a good model for various things on recycling, new water, 100% etc. The whole gardening, greening has come with the situation that now 47% is green. You have the city within a garden. But the issue that I want to bring is CONQUAS rating, Construction Quality Assessment System rating, is called CONQUAS system rating, which in Singapore has brought phenomenal amount of thing, each one raising the bar for good quality. That means in each year, they are assessing which are all the one, earlier a mark of 60 to 70 mark for structure, non-structure, services and finishes, 4 components being assessed on a 100-point rating scale. If 30 years back 60 marks were there, now all builders are getting 80 and above. My limited suggestion is that Naredco can take a lead for trying to bring a similar CONQUAS, Construction Quality Assessment System rating, for our own builders. I'm sure, therefore, the best ones will emerge out. And the others who are not good, they will next year trying to raise the bar and improve. It's a suggestion. You may like to see how you'd like to take it forward.
Yes, sir. Hari Babu, I think you are the lucky one. Because now the stage is set. It's like that it is told that in cricket match, ki opening batsmen have scored well. So you don't have pressure. But yeah. So I want to know 2 things from you. Because I think a month back we had a GC meeting and you people had a very big complaint कि जो भी हुआ आपने सिर्फ वेस्ट को और नॉर्थ को ही दिया, तो साउथ को नहीं दिया, लेकिन साउथ को जब मिला तो छप्पर फाड़ के मिला है. तो first thing I want to know how you manage this, because it's a top secret on you, because I gave him a new name. If you all agree with him, I told him he's the Rajnikant. One we have got Amitabh Bachchan and the second one is Rajnikant of our industry. Yeah. So I want to know, as Rajnikant, how you are going to perform. Because what we all performed in 25 years, if you want Niranjan sir to live more than 5 years, you have to perform in 2 years. So your vision.
Thank you, Rajan bhai. And first, let me thank to all my GC members of Naredco National, and also Naredco Telangana, and Naredco Andhra Pradesh, and each state presidents who are here. Because of all you people, I am here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, before answering your questions, Niranjan bhai asked me to do one or 2, 3 steps. Regarding environmental, now we are talking about zero carbon, and Nitin is telling Hari Babu sir, no PET bottles in future. Who made these PET bottles? Who is responsible for this PET bottle? When I came to 1971 to Hyderabad, the tap water is only drinking water. The water is to come 22 hours a day. The population was 17 lakhs in Hyderabad. And no underground sumps, no overhead tanks, and just to open the tap, drink the water. So we spoiled the water continuously for the last 50 years. And now everybody made to drink this water, and now all of us we are requesting don't use the water. Who spoiled it and who is again coming back to original? The first and foremost, the government has to provide the first drinking water to drinkable, potable water to every citizen of India. That should be our first goal. 90% or 80% of diseases are coming only because of PET bottles. Even this water is not good for God's sake. This water gives you acidic. Our body needs different pH level. 7.2, 7.1 is our pH level, blood pH level. This is going to give only 3.4, and all our food is also acidic. So we are putting more acidic, and we are getting the more problems because of this water. I don't drink this water. Actually, I drink only natural water. Okay, that is one. That means who is responsible means, okay, we have to go back and talk about the environmental point of view. Now, coming to the zero carbon, we are net zero carbon. Actually, when I was there in Karnataka, 230 kilowatt hours per square meter per year consumption of our power. 238 kilowatt hours. So, energy. Now, again the target is, they are putting the target as 37 kilowatt hours per square meter per year. How it is possible? It was possible in 1970s, 80s. We were all using only 37 kilowatts per square kilometer in those days. Not much of ACs, only AC used to be done for 2-3 months. Rest of the 10 months, no AC, and all open windows. Today, can we open the windows? Because of pollution. So again getting spoiled, and now we are asking to go back. That is the way every city is getting spoiled because of various reasons. I am not blaming one corporation or one government or anything, but this is the way we are getting spoiled. And then again we are going back. No, we have to go back 100 years before or 200 years before, and we have to make again our life much better. This is regarding environmental, what sir has asked me. And second thing is regarding housing, affordable housing for all, happy housing for all, happy affordable housing for all. For all. How it is possible? Are all the builders here sitting here, we are only taking care of the 20% of our top niche of the people. We are only taking care of the only top 20 of the rich people of the country. 80% of the people, we are not doing anything for them. Not only we, the government is also not coming forward to do something. My first goal, to achieve that particular sector, we need a policy decision from Government of India to take care of this particular lower middle income group, how the India can become the housing for all by next, at least if they have put the target, but at least next 10 years. We'll give the opportunity to the next two governments also to make the Indian people should have, all the people of a country should have within 10 years, at least 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom houses, minimum to minimum. That too, quality housing. The quality housing is possible only if the policy of Government of India. Nobody can do anything because all the rich people are paying the tax, and today our GST has increased to 1.8 lakh crores per month, and our income tax also has gone to almost 1.25 lakh crores per month. And GST and this one, and other things also, the Government of Revenue has increased. And not only that, we have the inflationary budget of 6%, 7%, and the 6-7% inflationary budget is also money of the governments. And also in addition to that, government also are borrowing the lots of funds, almost like 10 lakh crores every year they are borrowing nowadays. And why not we give to this 80% at least 30,000 to 40,000 crores for these poor people by zero interest. See, what we are planning is not what the policy should be, at least for up to 8 lakhs or 10 lakhs loan, zero interest for the poorest of the poorest, who buys apartment less than 15 lakhs. So that should be our main goal. And coming to the litigation of the land, I am taking a little longer time because this is the first time I am getting the time. So I will take another 5 minutes. Thank you. Do agree. As incoming president, I have to answer all your questions, all our members' questions also. And regarding this, we Government of India gives lot of GOs, lot of GST, etc., everything. We don't mind to pay taxes to the government, but we don't want any litigations. Clarity. We are missing the many GOs of the government, state and central also missing the clarities. we want to do a 100% clarity. So that builder, no, it should be 2 into 2 should be only 4. 2 into 2 cannot be for income tax for 5 or some other department 6, some other department 8. It should be always to either for government or for the others. 2 into 2 should be only 4. That is the only one way we should get the more clarity in our GOs. Then land litigation is the biggest problem in India. No land in India is having any 100% title. There is no clear title, there is no title at all. Anybody can put any case. I will give one example. 1992, one gentleman purchased the land. All the records are mutated in his name. 92, 2007 we purchased. 2007 we made the layout. And 2023 January, the case, the particular old gentleman, they are filing the cases now. After 4 transactions, 4 transfers. This is almost like that 9 years plus 23 years. 32 years later, they are filing the cases. And the courts are giving immediately, first thing is injection. And all the buyers will come to us as if we have made the product. We not made the product, we not made the land, we have made product only building or otherwise something else. So this is the another biggest problem. All of our job is to get the clarity, to get the, even though in the RERA there is a title insurance, but which is missing, sir, completely it is missing, and there is no title insurance in India. And many of developed countries we are having, and we are all telling that by another 10-15 years we become the developed country. By that time, we should have also the title guarantee. Then coming to the strengthening our association. Yes, as you rightly told, we started with the 80 members, Naredco National. From 1982, today we have grown to almost like 10,000 members with the 12 states and everything. Yeah. But we have more states, more this thing. And my next job is getting more states into the Naredco fraternity, and even unlike Andaman, Nicobar or Goa, this type of smaller states also, we should make some more Naredco chapters. That is another biggest job what we have. And then he asked me the final question, how do you run it? I have very good platform. Yes, I have really a very good platform. It's like, I will compare with the Indian economy and Indian railways. 200 years after destruction of the Britishers of Indian economy, after independence, the government has started reforming, changing our economy. From 1947 to 1991, it was running like a passenger train. Okay, at 30 km speed or 40 km speed. After our Prime Minister from Telugu State, P.V. Narasimha Garu, after the great reforms of the Indian economy, the speed of passenger train has become the express train. The speed of the economy is like express train. And after the 2014, when BJP has taken the government, now it is Vande Bharat speed. So this is the way our Indian economy has run. So I will also give a similar example. Till our Niranjan has took this one, it was like a passenger train. It started going. It's a passenger train. Then our Saab has made this one as express train. Now Rajan is asking me to run like a Vande Mataram. Yes, my successor will run as a bullet train. Let me run it by like Vande Mataram, and my successor will run this one as a bullet train with a speed of 435 kilometers per hour. So thank you once again, thank you very much. I think Rajan bhai answered you.
A round of applause to, I think there cannot be a better panel than this. So I will ask 3 questions, allow 3 people to ask questions. If anyone wants to ask any questions, you can prepare it. Before that, yeah, because Sunil Mantriji, you had told, you have seen that there was a problem in the problem, you have seen an opportunity. The way you also, which way the future people, the next generation should come into business, and most important, we all created many mistakes. And some people, you know, I don't want to take people's name. Some people went behind the bar, some people became bankrupt. In many businesses it happens. But real estate is such a business, to be very honest, if you don't do anything wrong, you can't never lose the money because it is called real estate. So your mantra to all the people. Yeah. And then immediately I will ask only for 3 people questions. You can raise your hand and let me know, and please give the mic to people. Yeah.
Friends, particularly the younger generation, I have seen both ways. Many of the younger children don't want to come into this business. It's a ground reality. In fact, my own children, and I think with the same case with Niranjan also, they don't want to come into real estate business. So one need to understand why this problem is there. Because the young generation, most of them have studied from London or US or other places. They don't want to go to Mantralaya. They don't want to go and meet minister, wait there. They don't want to go to municipal corporation to get the plan approval. They don't want to face the consumers or the delay, whatever may be. Sometimes developer may be responsible or sometimes circumstances may be responsible. So what I feel, the Modi government is trying to do many reforms in many manners. Like GST is one of the reform we have seen, and use of the app or use of the technology has been taught to us in last 9 to 10 years. Similar way, I think real estate need a big transformation. Today the problem is that the system of 25 years back are still continuing the same. Our problem with the real estate is the extremely complicated line, number one. Extremely, anyone can stand up and create a litigation 10 year, 20 year, 50 year down the line, because we have to assure the clear title to the buyer. Third problem, the accountability on the government, because once you submit the building plan, you never know when you are going to get sanctioned, and you are never knowing when you are going to get the occupation certificate. So what I feel, the complete technology transfer is required to be done, number one. Number two, I think we need to work out project by project completion method. The use of new technology is possible now. We can increase the speed of the construction. I think we have heard Atul Chodia and such speakers are there, such technology is available there today. So speed need to be increased. Secondly, more and more technology use. Third point is, I think, transparency and complete delegation of the approval procedure system need to be transferred. That will encourage more and more younger generation to join with this field, and because we have an immense opportunity. There could be about 20-25 crore housing requirement in our country, and same the requirement of the commercial space. So I think the sector calls you with an immense opportunity. Only we need to adopt with the system, and if this Naredco can work out to change the system and bring the changes in the system, more and more younger developers can get attracted. More corporate developers are coming day by day, and I'm sure that we will learn systems and technology from them, which will also inspire us to change ourselves from the old methodological systems. Thanks.
Yeah. So one is, I think Ashok Patni is not there. He wanted to. Viresh, can you see just where is he? If you can call him. Huh? Yeah. So you can give the mic to Ashok Patni, because he is the one who has got a land for Naredco. So I would like Patni ji, because I think there are many state presidents are there, and you are the one who has achieved it. So we want to first to build our own office in national capital, Delhi. So I think Harsh Bansal was also there. So I would request him to take lead and start in Delhi. Ashok Patni ji, your views and the way you did it.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity to speak about Naredco's first building to be constructed at Jaipur. As far as I know, there is not a single own building with any of the such organization in the country, whether it's a CREDAI or BAI or some similar agencies. I am thankful to Dr. Hiranandani, Sunil Mantri ji, Parvin ji, Pradeep ji यहाँ नहीं है, Dr. Somdat, V. Suresh, सबका पहला जब 2003 में हमने ये स्टेट चैप्टर चालू किया तो वी सुरेश साहब कहा था कि अशोक ये चालू कर रहे हो तुम राजस्थान, मैं पहली बिल्डिंग तुम्हारी देखना चाहता हूँ. ये इट वाज द इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम दी वी सुरेश सर, हिरंदानानी सर, और उसमें पंख जो आगे लगाए 2018-19 की एक जीसी मीटिंग में हिरंदानानी साहब ने और प्रवीण जी एंड सुनील मंत्री एंड राजन सर कि चलिए आप बिल्डिंग आपने ले लिया. इट इज ए 5,000 स्क्वायर मीटर लैंड अलॉटेड बाय द राजस्थान हाउसिंग बोर्ड, 5,000 स्क्वायर मीटर लैंड, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू कंस्ट्रक्ट about 80,000 square foot area in which about 80 super luxurious room with all clubhouse facility, health club, fitness center and a quality control center. अभी राजस्थान में NABL certified कोई बड़े लेवल पे एक भी QC lab नहीं है. It will be first QC lab in Rajasthan. So he immediately sanctioned 2 crore rupees from Naredco office. I'm thankful to you, sir. Thankful to the GC Naredco. And ये बिल्डिंग एक सपना है नरेडको का भी, आप सबका भी और मेरा व्यक्तिगत भी. ये बिल्डिंग विद इन टाइम आप सबके सहयोग से, इसमें मैं ये चाहता हूं कि नरेडको, जो पूरा नरेडको नेशनल इंडिया है, वो जैसे होता है ना राम जन्मभूमि में हर आदमी की एक ईंट लग रही है, हर आदमी की एक ईंट लग रही है, चाहे वो ईंट 2,000 रुपए की लगे, 5,000 रुपए की लगे. इसमें मैं अपील करना चाहूंगा मेरे 10 से 15,000 सभी मेंबर्स को, आप एक ईंट आपकी लगाइए. इट्स योर ओन बिल्डिंग, इट्स योर ओन बिल्डिंग. और मुझे बहुत खुशी होगी अगर मेरे 15,000 साथी, वो 15,000 फैमिली के नाम उस बिल्डिंग के ऊपर लिखा में आएंगे. ये बिल्डिंग अकेले नरेडको राजस्थान की नहीं है, ये बिल्डिंग पूरे नरेडको नेशनल इंडिया की है, हर इंडस्ट्री के हर रिलेटेड आदमी की है, हर परिवार की. थैंक यू सर. और मुझे उम्मीद है आपके सहयोग से. और एक और बात, मुझे बहुत ये खुशी है कि हरि बाबू ने मुझे प्रॉमिस किया है कि सबसे पहले एज सुन एज आई विल टेक ओवर, whatever I can, I will do for this building. Thank you, sir.
Any question from any person? Somebody was, yeah. The young mind. And I think if any lady wants to ask one question, then we can wind up. If any.
Hello, sir. My question is related to affordable housing. So, and since Niranjan sir is biggest advocate of affordable housing supply, so this question is in particular with Niranjan sir and upcoming president also. For supplying the affordable housing, especially in the core of the city, because most of us are seeing that it is at the periphery or at a satellite town. Is it not the right of the common people, those who are seeking affordable housing, they should be settled somewhere within the core area of the city? May what come at whatever the cost it comes, or at the lesser sizes like he was advocating for 1 BHK bare minimum. So what is the roadmap, or what should be the roadmap in this direction, so that we can provide something at the core of the city for those who are seeking affordable housing, sir? Because lands are getting very costly, and these days most of the developers across India are launching luxury or ultra luxury houses, sir. So how is it possible to supply such kind of affordable housing within the city?
There's no secret in any business to create affordable segments. The secret is to create surpluses. Roti, kapda, makan, how did roti become affordable? It became when we created surpluses in food sector. How did kapda become affordable to common people? By creating surpluses. The same way, as far as a Makan is concerned, the objective is very simple. The day you create surpluses in housing, that's the day when affordable housing will happen across the board. Two other aspects are there. What you're talking about is creating in the center of the city affordable housing. Now, with the price point and the way the ready reckoner rate and other rates are done for land, it's not possible to create affordable housing in this unless the policies of the state government require you to compulsory create a segment of affordable housing. So there's no other way to do it in center of the city because the policies are actually the reverse. The state governments increases the ready reckoner rate and the prices of land keep going up, and hence affordable housing in the center of cities can't be done. So most of them move in the periphery of the cities which is there, and unless you don't create urban transport, they are doubly handicapped because of that. So the secret is very simple. If we create surpluses of affordable housing as a whole, and that is what the objective is of the Prime Minister under the PMAY scheme, also that the state governments in your state, also here in Telangana, is also working towards creating the affordable housing segment. The problem of land values qua affordable housing is a challenge with the private sector cannot do. But you will be surprised. In the peripheral areas of all cities in this country, as well as in tier 2 and tier 3 cities, affordable housing is getting created. You may not be doing it, I may not be doing it, but it is getting done. So it is not that it's not getting done. But the problem is different. The problem is there is not enough supporting infrastructure in those areas. Surface land is not there, water, roads, connectivity, Wi-Fi, and all the other things are also required. So it's a macro problem, but the secret is only create surpluses. What do you do about medicine? We want more hospitals, we want more doctors, we want more nurses. Well, how do you do any sectors? Judiciary. The cases are pending even in the Supreme Court. You got to appoint more judges. So you have to create surpluses over there. So all areas of doing, whether it is housing, whether it is food, whether it is clothing or anything, you just work towards creating surpluses. That is what China did. That is what the rest of the world is doing in every sector. And remember one thing. In the case of housing, solution has been provided in all countries of the world where the targets have been given, because money is not a constraint now, which it used to be. Today we are able to get money, whether from governments or other agencies, in order to create. Government of India has spent 80,000 crores of rupees in PMAY scheme to create affordable housing in the last 5 years, and we have achieved 1.1 crore houses. Not enough, we need much more. So yes, it can be done, but not the way it is happening and not the way you want it to be done in the cities. That's not happening.
May I know the person who is asking, may I know your name, please?
My name is Chand Kumar. Chand Kumar.
Shravan Kumar.
Yes.
Shravan Kumar, it is possible according to me, even in the core city of the Hyderabad. I'm taking only for Hyderabad as an example. There are about 275 slum areas in Hyderabad. That land is mostly belongs to government.
Yes.
80% of lands belongs to government and given for 20% of lands to private people also. That slums can be developed within the city for the poorest of the poor.
Yes.
So land cost doesn't come into the picture at all.
So that's what was my question was supposed to be, because there are cities in India which has leasehold lands and there are cities which has freehold land. The leasehold lands are actually controlled by the city authorities and the government, sir. So
No,
in that
I'm not,
case, will
talking
it be
about, I'm
possible?
not talking about all those lands. I'm talking about the redevelopment of the slums itself solves the problem. Redevelopment of the slum itself solves the problem of development in the core city, which is the even one slum. If we take for the development, then we can resolve this one bedroom houses there. That is one. And your second question also, why not along with the but with developers cannot do this one. In Telangana government we tried. If you are constructing 100 apartments, 10% of the area should be provided to LIG and EWS. We've done for 2-3 years, but find out a lot of problems with that scheme, and government finally withdrew, and government asked us to pay some extra funds also for that purpose. Those funds are still available with the government to provide some other location. But they're not doing, but government wants to do it, some development, plus these funds, what they're collecting from the builders, together, we can develop in the core area, because we want our employees, our workers coming from nearby. If they are staying in today 30 kilometers away to the city, how can they come? 1 hour coming, 1 hour going, and all this is a problem. Your idea of within the core city is well noted. Thank you.
Hello.
Is any more question or
So,
we'll?
one question.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
So basically, this is Hala Rameshwar. I'm from Bangalore. So I had a couple of doubts. Bangalore is buzzing about all startups now. Wherever forum I see, there are a lot of startups coming with a lot of innovative ideas, technology, bringing technology. But I don't see even out of 100 startups, I don't even see one startup from real estate. And you go to any investors, anybody to bring up new ideas in construction or technology, no investor is ready to invest in those kind of ideas. So I see, because most of the developers are family-owned businesses, and most of the development companies, I'm sorry if I'm hurting, so most of the developers, who are heading the divisions, none of them are engineers. That's where it's lacking. So I think there is there's not a better understanding of technology. So why can't we make this young generation to come up with new ideas? Why can't Naredco start up a real estate accelerator program where we can nurture young talents to bring technology to real estate? Just a question.
New technologies are available, but you need scale for the purposes of using innovative technologies. Most of these innovative technologies require new scale. So the prefabricated construction or factory-built construction, all these things can be done provided governments at the local and other authorities give scale for the purposes. You have to do hundreds of thousands of houses in order to achieve that scale. If you really want to actually bring affordable housing with prefabrication and technology to be done. The Prime Minister himself had insisted, and we did an exhibition along with the Prime Minister, which year I forget, 2018 we did an exhibition, Global Housing Technology Challenge. This was initiated by the Prime Minister himself in the real estate field. We have several technologies which have come in, some of which is already being used in terms of it, but it's not enough to create the scale that we really want to do. So yes, technologies are good. We want to make them cost-effective. The cost-effective technologies at the new scale can only happen if you do scale in a much, much larger way than what we are constructing today. It can happen.
Thank you.
I know the audience don't mind sitting up to 10 p.m., but the people on the dais, they want to catch a flight. So I think a round of applause to the excellent panel, and thank you very much.